and welcome to the Granite State Yarns podcast. My name is Lauren, and I am coming to you from the great state of New Hampshire. I am the knitter and dyer behind Granite State Yarns. You can find my website at www.granitestateyarns.com, and I'm also very active on Instagram, so you can find me there. My handle is at Granite State Yarns. So this is my podcast where I talk about all of my knitting and other crafts. Today I have some knitting to talk about, surprise, surprise, as well as some quilting. So if you are interested in listening to all of that, please feel free, grab a drink. Today I am actually remembering to talk about my drink. I have some tea, and this is in this really pretty mug that I got from the Pioneer Woman at Walmart. It's so pretty. So, grab a drink, grab your knitting, and let's get started. Okay, so let us start with my finished objects. First pair of socks that I'm going to talk about are these. I was working on these on my last podcast. These are Freckled Whimsy in the colorway long sleeves and autumn leaves. And this was the November 2023 club colorway from Freckled Whimsy. I managed to get a extra skein that she had. Sometimes when she's got extra skeins from her clubs, she'll put them up in the shop. And I did manage to grab this one because it is beautiful. I don't think she has any more. Maybe it'll come back someday, but it's so pretty. So I knit these socks for my husband. They are in the my own pattern. This is the rail yard pattern. It's available on Ravelry and my website if you're interested. It's just a really simple but a little more complicated than your usual ribbed sock pattern. Everything is symmetrical with it. That's why I really like this pattern, and it works really well with self-striping. So enjoyed this knit so much. The socks do match very well. Really happy with how they came out, and I'm very glad to be able to podcast about it now because now I can give it to my husband. He's very excited to wear these. So yeah, that's my first pair. And the second pair, this was my own yarn that I dyed. It's the Hot Date colorway. I'm now sold out, so thank you so much to everybody who picked up a sock set there. The main color is Hot Date, and the contrast color is In Love. And I knit these up and also wrote how I did it. I do actually have this pattern available on my website. I'm calling it the Pico Shorties pattern. It's very simple, but it is free. It's available on my website now. You can search for it on Ravelry as well. So if you are looking for a very simple pattern to teach you how to do this Pico edge as well as the Eye of Partridge heel here, I'll have a link to that pattern down below. So that's free for you to look at if you want to make your own pair of socks. So really happy with these. They're just simple, cute little shorty socks. They knit up in no time. I believe I got the first one done in about a day. Took me a little longer to get the second one done, but that was because I was getting distracted with other things. But that's this pair. And those are my two finished objects for the last couple weeks. I do have a couple more works in progress, so let's talk about those. More socks. I do have lots of other works in progress, but these are the things that I have been working on. I did get a little bit of work done on my, you're snoring, huh? I did get a little bit of work done on my granny square blanket. I didn't bring up the yarn for that because it doesn't look a whole lot different. I'm just right now working on squares for that. I did talk about it a little bit more in my last podcast, but I actually got quite a few done. I think I got about a dozen squares done last Sunday. I usually work on that project on Sundays. I'll show that again when I get a little more progress. I don't know how many more weeks it's going to take me before I start putting it together. We'll see. I haven't really looked at how many squares I have, but the bag is filling up. So, for socks, my works in progress, I decided to let my older kids go through my stash, and they were all allowed to pick out a skein of yarn or, you know, a sock set, minis, whatever, to come up with a with yarn that they wanted me to knit some socks for them, because everyone's been asking for some lately, and because a lot of them have grown out of socks, and so they're looking for some new ones. So everybody, well, at least my 4 oldest right now, I had them pick out some yarn. So the first pair that I started, I'll show you the tag. This is 3 by the Sea. It is the Beauty and the Beast colorway. This was like a mystery colorway, so that she 3 by the Sea had let you know that it was going to be Beauty and the Beast themed, and kind of gave you an idea about the colors. And I picked up one of those and was very happy when the yarn came in. It's gorgeous. I'll show it to you caked up. It's so pretty. Oh, and this is her Sanibel base. It's fingering weight, 75% merino and 25% nylon. Came with a contrast color as well, which just screams Belle from Beauty and the Beast, right? I mean, that beautiful yellow. So I have one sock done. I'll show it to you here. Just a really simple knit 2, purl 2 cuff that I do very often. Plain stockinette for the sock. I did my regular slip stitch heel flap over here. And this is going to my 15-year-old Abby, my oldest. And I got the second sock started. I have not gotten very far, just a few rows of the cuff there, but that is a-okay. So that's the first pair. And then I did start another pair. This one is for my 8-year-old Maria, and she picked some yarn that I had gotten from Mandy's Makings a few months ago. Mandy had done a like mystery sets to, you know, you could get, I think it was like 4 skeins of yarn for a really good price, and I got some of those in her, I got some 100-gram sets and I got some 50-gram sets. And this one was from one of the 50-gram sets, so it's just a mini, but that's plenty to do a sock for an 8-year-old. And I also have this contrast color. This was a 20-gram. I'm not sure where this one came from. It was just one of many little unknown minis that are in my collection, but it goes really well. That nice hot pink picks up some of the little hot pink specks that are in here. So yeah, I don't know what the colorway name is for this. I don't know if it's a standard colorway or if it's just a one of a kind or whatever, but here is the first sock. I knit this, I think, yeah, same thing, knit 2, purl 2 cuff. I just have a few, I'm doing like a size small, so my older daughter, she got the size medium, 64 stitches. This is 58 stitches. And I tried doing something, I don't know if I've done this before, but I just, every 2 rows of the heel turn here, I switched from the main colorway and the contrast color. So it gave us like kind of a neat striping effect. And then when I get to the turn here, I just broke off the contrast color. So I kind of like that. It came out kind of neat. It was really simple, and it just gives it a nice little effect there. But look at those colors. They're so pretty. So I had Maria try these on, and they fit her great, and she's super excited about them. So I should be able to get the second one done pretty quickly. Little kid socks go so fast because they got such little feet. So, all right. So those are my 2 main works in progress right now. I'm hoping to get one of them done, and then I'll probably do another cast on. I just got my Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Yarn Club for this month in just a few minutes ago. And I didn't bring it up to show because I didn't want to spoil the surprise for anybody else who's getting that. So I'll talk about it next week when I have both of my yarn clubs from her in. But I will tell you that this month's Christmas colorway is gorgeous again. So I really want to cast those on. So that might go on. Plus, I never got my February club knit because I knit this older one from Freckled Whimsy. So I'm already behind. So maybe I'll try to catch up a little bit with the Freckled Whimsy socks. But I also have these other projects that I'm working on for the kids. So I don't know. There's so many ideas for crafting and there's just not enough time for it. I guess I will talk about my quilting work in progress now. So this I started with my daughter. So my children have all gone to their grandmother's house. My husband's mom, she is a big-time quilter, and she has been giving them sewing lessons. And I think I've talked about it before here, but they've learned how to knit some clothing and how to sew clothing and sew quilts. My oldest two have already done a couple quilts. They've graduated. They're like, decent quilters now. This is great. And so now my next two daughters, Maria and Catherine, are now currently quilting with Grammy. So they're working on projects right now with her, actually. And so I've asked Abby, my oldest, who really does enjoy quilting. Julie enjoys it too, but she's not quite hooked on it yet. Abby is much more into it. She's actually working on, for Christmas, she asked for a nice quilt kit in a twin size. I believe it's twin size. So she's currently working on that right now. But I asked her to help me with my own quilt because I only know like the very basics of sewing. And I have knit like really tiny little quilts before. Well, not this tiny, but like they were like, maybe like the size for like a car seat. It was kind of intended to be like for a doll or something like that. So I've done that for quilting before, but not very much. And it was a really, really simple pattern that I did. So I bought this quilt kit from Connecting Threads, which is like Knit Picks, but for quilting. They're like sister stores. And I'll show you the pattern here because it's so pretty. This is the Coastal Waters quilt. And I don't think that they have any more of these kits available, but I'll double check the website because they definitely do have this, the fabric for it. And I believe the pattern's probably still available. It's got to be somewhere. So if you want to do this yourself, you can get all of the fabric at Connecting Threads. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I'll double check that when I edit this and get it posted up. So here, I'll show you the bigger Coastal Waters. I mean, do you see that? It's so pretty. This baby is breathing so loudly. Oh, I am so excited about this quilt. So it is basically 4 blocks and then you do some borders and it's intended to be a wall hanging. So that's kind of like my current obsession is this idea of doing quilting and like smaller crochet projects and things like that and use them as decorations around the house because I have like right here, this is the wall in my bedroom and it's just this giant plain wall and it's only like this little bit of area between the end of our bed and the wall. So I would like to get something to put on this wall, but I don't want it to be something that I can like knock down when we're walking by because there's only this little bit of space and I'm a wicked klutz. So I was thinking about maybe putting wall hanging quilts and that kind of thing over here so that we will have something to like break up this giant space, but not like pictures. And also maybe it would help with like sound dampening because I have a couple of kids in the room that's right over here and they make a pile of noise at night. So yeah, maybe that would help with a little bit of like that. So this is my first real serious quilt and Abby has been wonderful in teaching me how to do this. She's honestly, she's done a lot of like the really hard stuff because I'm still learning. And I will like sew a line of blocks together, or well, like the little blocks, and the points will all like not match up, and I have to rip the seam out, and then it's like, Abby, help me out here. So all of the good stuff in this quilt is Abby, and all of the little mistakes are me. But it's okay, because you're not going to look that close and see my, you know, how my points aren't matching up, because I'm just a beginner quilter. But I would like to show you the first 3 blocks that we have done. I put the pattern away, now let me take it out again. So like I said, there's 4 blocks, and you'll see that these 2 are the same, just rotated, and these 2 are the same and rotated. So far we have these 2 blue blocks done, and then one of the like the pinkish red colors. So I'll show you those. Here are the blue ones. Look at that. Isn't it cute? Like I said, I've got 2 of those. So when, whoop, it'll be connected like this, right? It's so pretty. Look. So this fabric has like kind of a gold sheen to it. It's so pretty. Oh, those colors. This was just like a charm pack, I think is what they're called, with just like little 5-inch squares of all these multicolors. So that's how I was able to get all the multiple colors. And then we got yardage in the cream color. So it's so pretty. And then here is the first block of like the pink one, pink and green. Also super pretty. Look at those colors. I love them. So hopefully this weekend because we've been working on, this has been the other thing we've been working on Sundays, when I can get someone to hold the baby for a little bit. It's been so fun though to get to work on this project with my oldest daughter and allow her to like teach me something too. I think she's been really enjoying being able to show off a little bit of her skills, and I've certainly really been enjoying making this quilt and learning a little bit more, and now I'm like obsessed with quilts, and that's all I want to do. So I have been looking around at a lot of quilting patterns lately, which is, oh, do I have time for this? No. That, and it's like really hard to find the time to sew because I have a baby with me like all the time. Like that's why I'm knitting so many socks, right? Like I can just knit a sock with her in my little pack here, or when she's on my lap, when I'm nursing her. That's why I can knit socks, no problem. But I've been obsessed with quilting and have no real great ability to quilt too much right now. But on Sundays, I try to find someone who's willing to hold a baby, which I usually can find no problem. And Abby and I will spend a couple of hours quilting. So I'm hoping this weekend to get the blocks all done. So I'll make the other one of this one. And then it should go pretty quick after that, because then it's just a matter of, you know, sewing them together, putting the borders on. And I also still need to get the backing. The kit didn't come with backing. So I'm not sure. I think what I'm just going to do is run through my stash of fabric, because I do have, you know, not a huge stash, but I do have some fabric, and I'm sure that I have enough of something that will work with this, because if it's going to be a wall hanging anyway, I'm not too worried about it being too spectacular for the back, because you're not going to see that. And it's not like it's going to be a blanket on a bed or anything. So that way we can get that done, because I do have the batting and everything. So I don't think we'll get it finished for the next podcast, but maybe. We'll see. Because, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully in another week or 2, or 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. But I will hopefully have this done soon to show. And yay! And then, I don't know, we'll come up with another. I do have another quilt kit that I bought. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that one. That one has like some 9 patches in it, and I think some more half square triangles and some other things. It's similar to like a Irish chain. Is that what it's called? But a little more, it's a little more advanced. So I don't know if I'm quite ready for that one yet. Oh, what I should talk about is I did just come across this pattern. I'll put a picture of it up here. Quiet Sky, I believe is what it's called. It's crochet, but it looks like a quilt. And I just came across this on Instagram this morning, and oh my word, I really, really like this one. There's not enough time to do all the crafts that I want to do. And I've been watching Kate from the Last Homely House, and she has all of these amazing quilts. And I'm just like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that one. Oh, I want to do that one. So I've been like window shopping quilt fabric and fat quarters and jelly rolls and things like that, kind of imagining what quilt I want to do next. And maybe I think I'm going to do another half square triangle quilt, because that's what these are, half square triangles. And so I know how to make those. So I was thinking maybe that would be a good next step to try, playing around with those a little bit. I don't know. It might be a little while. But anyway, because of that crochet pattern, because it's like quilt inspired, and crocheting is something that I can do with a little teeny tiny infant, maybe I'll work on that. I don't know. I have got like all of these dreams and just no ability. I was thinking about how someday when I'm older and I don't have little babies running around. Well, babies don't run around. I don't have little toddlers running around and babies to hold. That will happen someday, that I'm not going to have little guy, which is, nice and sad and a lot of emotions there. But one of the good parts is I will have time to maybe do some more crafting. Maybe room to do crafting. Oh, that'd be so nice. Someday. For now, I'm going to enjoy where I am too, and I can dream about someday, but also just live in the moment, because this is a lovely time of life too. Because I have my little sleepy baby here, snoring away on my chest. I hope she's not too loud. It's gonna be like, what is that noise? Sorry, honey. So sorry about the noise, but if we want to have a podcast, sometimes we have to accept that we're gonna get funny noises from Lauren, huh? Yeah. Sophia's doing great, by the way. She is growing like a weed. Oh my goodness, she's so stinking cute. You good baby. All right. So the last thing that I have to talk about is a little bit of acquisitions. I don't have a ton. Like I said, I did get one of my yarn clubs from Freckled Whimsy, but I'll talk about those next week. That way it'll give people some time to get their own, so I'm not going to spoil anybody. And I did get a mystery mini pack from Yarn Cafe Creations because it was an excellent deal. I think I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 20-gram minis. You know I love a mini. And I think they were $30 plus shipping, which was such a deal, and I couldn't resist that. So I love a mystery mini. And these are all like, sorry for the crinkling, they all kind of fade. They're so pretty. You ready? Look at this. Try to, oh, there we go. Now you can see it. There's no glare. Aren't they pretty? Oh, like I'm super excited about these. Like I got teals and purples. You guys, my favorite. And then these neutrally brown ones. I mean, look at these two together. They're so pretty. So pretty. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I might save them for a project. Maybe I'm going to crochet them into a blanket. I don't know yet, but they're really pretty. And I've not ever used Yarn Cafe Creations before. So I'm really excited to get to try that. So these are the biscotti sock. It's a 4-ply fingering, 85% merino, 15% nylon. I think they're all the biscotti. Yeah, that's right. I remember I had the choice of base, and I went for the biscotti. Oh, they're so pretty. Look at these teals down here. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. So yeah, I just kind of have them all set up over here. I have them, well, right now they're down here, but Usually I have them in my living room under my coffee table, and they've just been kind of under the coffee table, and I've been looking at them and just, oh, so pretty. Do you do that too? Like, does anybody else just, look at their yarn and touch the yarn and imagine all of the things you can do with the yarn and wish that you had the time to do all of the things with the yarn, but it has to go away? Ooh, excuse you. Excuse you. You just burped. You burped in public. Oh no. Oh no. All right, so maybe we'll do a little bit of chatting about life stuff. I think I've talked a lot about stuff. Like basically that's been what's been going on the last couple of weeks. It's just me scrolling through Instagram and Ravelry and connecting threads and nitpicks and Freckled Whimsy and all of these shops that I love, and kind of daydreaming about all of the knitting, crocheting, and quilting that I want to do. That's been big. Also, we've been doing homeschool. Really been busy with that. At least I can get some knitting done while I'm homeschooling too. I've been reading a whole bunch lately. So I do have a Amazon Unlimited. So I've been trying to get some more reading in before I go to bed at night, instead of just, perusing various crafting websites. And I just finished Between Shades of Grey. And that was an excellent book. I'm not going to try to pronounce the author's name because I'm not going to be able to pronounce it correctly, but it was about a Lithuanian family who was deported by the Soviets to Siberia, and it was excellent. Really very much enjoyed that story. I say that I got that on Amazon Reading Unlimited, and I believe I did have to pay for that one. I don't think that was on Unlimited, but it wasn't very expensive. It doesn't matter. So I finished that book a couple weeks ago. Excellent. Highly recommend if you like period fiction, like historical fiction. It's not a true story, just kind of based on what the sort of things that happened at that time. So that was great. I'm also reading. I've been reading this book for the last probably a few months here, but I've been reading All Creatures Great and Small by James Herriot. My family has been watching the All Creatures Great and Small on PBS that's been coming out. They just finished up the last season, and we just enjoy that show so much. If you're looking for a really nice show, All Creatures Great and Small, it is just gorgeous and gentle, and there's some funny things, and there's some romance in it, but it's all just it's been really good to watch with the whole family. Some of the topics might be a little over the kids' heads. So, if you're really concerned about some topics, maybe take a look at it first before you show it to your kids immediately. But for us, I think it's good to have an opportunity to be able to discuss things. But I've just really enjoyed that show. And it's got animals in it, and what kid doesn't love animals? Oh, she's so sad. Yeah, let's take her out. I'm going to do a little pause here. Let's take out the baby. Oh, you was okay? I know she likes looking at herself, so maybe she'll see herself in the picture. Look at, who's that? Is that Sophia? So yeah, we've been watching that. No new episodes anymore. We just finished up the season. Was it last week or the week before? So it will be a little while again before that comes back. But we've been enjoying it. Right? Well, I think that is probably enough podcasting for today, because I have a baby who's probably hungry. Yeah? But it was really nice catching up with all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back in another week or two with the next episode. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.